Richard, planning permission's been approved on a new building here at Clayton. Well, can you just give us an insight into the plans?
Well, we've been working on the project now for about 12 months on the design and held a lot of workshops in and around the club to make sure we capture all the requirements from all the various different teams within the first team operation. You know, we're investing £10 million in a brand new facility for them. It's not just about the first team though, it's also about the academy and the women's team, and we basically have run out of space in our existing building. So we had a choice to make about who do we move out and to accommodate everybody else, and we decided that the first team would be the best one to pick. And then so once we've built the new building, we'll then be looking to convert the existing building ready for the academy and women's team and a full refurb of that facility.
I was here when I moved into this building, so 15 years ago, and to have a new first team building starting with state-of-the-art facilities. Already when players come to the club, they look at what we've got here and are blown away, so to have this building added on top, ready in the next couple of years is phenomenal. And as someone to help oversee that and the transition of the team and what we're doing in terms of the club, it's a great place to be.
We're hoping to start in September. We think it's about a 12-month build, and as soon as we've topped that out, we'll be looking to start work on this existing building, and again, probably think it's about a 12-month project. So just over 2 years from now, we should have completely new or completely refurbished buildings down here.
Can you give us a bit of an insight into some of the feedback you've received from the different stakeholders?
Well, I think everybody's delighted with what we're trying to do here, and looking at the plans, we're trying to bring into the facility things where we didn't quite get it right when we built this building, but also try and align ourselves with other clubs that have subsequently built facilities since we built this. And so we're trying to capture those and bring the sort of latest technologies into the building too.
You mentioned earlier how you're going to develop the existing building for the academy and the women's team. How important was that to you and the family?
Oh, massively, especially for the women's side. With going semi-professional, we have got ambitions for them to get initially into the next tier up, and then hopefully into the tier above. I think it's important for us to recognise that we need to make them part of Stoke City rather than them necessarily training and playing elsewhere. At some point, we need to bring them into that family, if you like, as well as the men's and the academy teams.
The academy's growing and we produce players out there. We want to produce more. We've got some real strong players bubbling under the scenes at the moment, and your Tommy Simpkin, your Emre, your Nathan Lowe, Sol Sadibi, Jaden Dixon, Freddie, the list goes on. We've got real players there, and it's having a pathway for them, and the academy's there, and that's growing, and the women's team's just at the start of the journey, where last year was the first year we paid wages to some of the women's team, so we're growing that side of it, and it's not going to go from there to there straight away, although we want it to. It's not how it works. There's investment that needs to go in stages you need to go through to build it, to have the right facilities, to have the right pitches, to have the right amount of space for everyone. So, as I said, it's not just the first team, it's a success right across the whole club. And to have that growing in different stages, first team might be there, the academy there, it's being under it all and knowing where we're at, but making sure we're aligned right across the club, from the ownership group, from John, who I work closely with myself, and the head coach, to the coaching staff, every department, the academy, the women's team, everyone there, just have it all aligned. It's so important across the club.
It's obviously part of a 5-year development programme, both at the training ground and the stadium. Can you just give us an insight into some of the work that's taking place there at the moment?
Well, yes, we've the sort of two primary projects, the fan zone, which we've just started about 2 weeks ago, and the area of licensed standing, which is going to be in the south stand and the southeast corner of the stadium, and the relocation of away supporters to the southeast corner, so that we can have home fans either side of the tunnel when they come out, and the fan zone is going to be a great facility for us. It's going to be located right next to Ricardo's. A significant investment for the club, about £1.5 million. We're spending circa £500,000 on the licensed standing area and all the supporting infrastructure that we need for that. Another project that we've got going on this summer is the Parents Hub here at Clayton, where we're extending the existing building over the external balcony area. So that's about another £1 million investment as well. So all in all, together with the new first team facility and then going on to refurbish this, it's a huge investment from the ownership. It's
attractive for players and staff members, and anyone that looks from the outside to see what we're doing here, it has that. It shows stability in the ownership. You look up and down the country, not just Championship but Premier League, and the problems some teams face, and the huge financial problems and the problems behind the scenes, and to have an ownership group that's so stable, that has real investment in the club. There's not many out there at the moment, and I'll go as far as saying we've got the best ownership group in the country, bar none, in what we want to do with this club. And you add this to what we're doing at the stadium, and it's a club that's really getting connected. And I feel towards the back end of the season, with the results on the pitch, with the engagement with the fans and all the work that side of the football club is doing, if we can get it right on the pitch and get that feeling back, that I feel like we're getting, and we're building real momentum. I said I don't only seeing this club going in one direction, and I've got to be a part of that and help oversee it and make sure we get this side of it right. But it's so important to have that connection between a whole club. It's not just the football side. It's all the work that goes on behind the scenes, and everyone's so important to it. If you can get that back and get things right on the pitch, they're only going one way.
I think it's widely known that the board members are supporters of the club as well as owners. So we want to see Stoke City get back to where we think they belong and back in the Premier League. There's a lot of other clubs want to achieve exactly the same thing, but we're determined to make that happen. And we're hoping that we're on an upward trajectory now, and we can achieve those objectives.
And finally, how much are you looking forward to seeing these new plans implemented?
I can't wait. Obviously, when you have an idea that this is something you want to deliver, and then you start putting pen to paper, and you come up with some initial block plans, and then they develop into these type of visuals, then to see the reality is something that I really look forward to.
Yeah, you want it there tomorrow, don't you? But it's going to take time. It's going to be there to build. It's going to be a 12-month build, hopefully, and as players come back for pre-season, we start the season, we'll start seeing that grow and build as well. And yeah, it's important to have. It's more space for the whole group to grow. But as players, what better than a player knowing that you come into a training ground that you want to work, and it's not just a comfortable space, it's a place to work. It's a place to get the best out of your ability. And to see that, knowing that was there behind the scenes, having the right staff in the place to really push it, you couldn't think of anything better as a player.